Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Thetcglover here. Yeah, so tomorrow is the sneak, and then Sunday is another sneak. Oh my god! It's gonna be an amazing weekend. Picking up loads of cool stuff. Lots of different archetypes coming out. Lots of old archetypes being swept away like they always do, becoming completely redundant and obsolete by Konami's disgusting set rotation that they have in this game. So what are we looking at? So today's video is actually like not just going to go over the super rares and hollows and whatnot, that crap, because you can watch Asianized Dragon or whatever for that. If you want to see that stuff, then you go onto his channel and see it. But the thing is that it's great to have knowledge of all of the cards that are going to be in the set and have a good like rationalization and understanding what cards in the set are going to be worth a lot. But what about the cards which are going to hold their value? Now, this is cards where you can invest into these in very large quantities and you may be able to get a great profit maybe on the set after this one, because the set after this one is next challenges and there will be stuff in between. Then I think there'll be the legendary collection and stuff like that, but basically during that time next challenges will introduce the Qliphort, and that will completely change the game, and I'm not sure Shadows will be able to keep up with it. But Shadows have a couple of things like Winder, and for example, and the card is fantastic, and it's just generally really strong against a lot of decks. So I feel like a card like Winder could definitely hold its own value as opposed to Nephilim. It does a lot more. Like, it can't be destroyed by card effects, and once per turn special summon. I mean, it affects so many decks, as I keep saying. I just feel like it'll hold its value because it's inherently a fantastic card. Regardless of what happens to this game in years and years in time, Winder will always be relevant because it's so strong. And obviously the fact that you're sending a Dark Monster means that you're going to be sending 2 Shadows and get off 2 different effects. I mean, it's just so powerful. So I love it. So I feel like it will hold its value. You know, I don't know what its initial value will be. Maybe it'll be like 25, 30, but you know, I feel like its value will hold because you need to run 3 of them in the deck because you'll constantly keep summoning this thing. Next card is Shadow Fusion. Because you need to run 2 or 3 of these at all times, it is searchable because it's a fusion, I believe, by a couple of cards. But the fact is that because the deck basically needs Shadow Fusion, you can't just rely solely off Super Poly. You need Shadow Fusion in multiple, and the archetype will survive until like the next couple of sets. So if you grab hold of 3 Shadow Fusions now, you're sitting pretty. But if you pick up more than 3, then you'll be able to get these off for a lot more later on, provided that Shadows do good, because people will want these and they will want many of them. Because it's a card that you definitely need for the deck. You can't go by without it. It's not like Winder where I go, oh, I'm going to run 2. You know, Shadow Fusion, you run 2 or 3. You have to run 2 or 3. You have to basically run 3. If you pick up 3, then you don't have to worry about a relevant, you know, a good deck list having 3 and you're going, oh, I've only got 2. So just pick up 3 and then you're good. Get them up cheap now, and then when they become really expensive later, you'll be happy. Next one is Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. I thought this one's going to be expensive because I know that it's a TCG exclusive archetype. Now, if you look at Noble Knights, they never really got there because they never gave them the Searcher. But off the, you know, straight out the bat, Burning Abyss is already really good, okay? We have the Tour Guide engine, which basically rips any fucking Burning Abyss you want from your deck, okay? That's already amazingly powerful. And, you know, Tour Guide is fantastic support. Dante is a fantastic card, and you can mill, like, a whole bunch of Burning Abyss, get tons of effects, and then you can combine it with stuff like Supply Squad, which will give you so much destruction and so much draw power. The deck is incredibly powerful, and rank 3s in general are only going to be more of them over time. They're going to get more powerful. There's already fantastic ones like Levier, Mechwhip Engineer, Zen Mains, and so on and so on. And obviously you use the rank up magic. So I think picking up TCG exclusive cards is always a good investment, because especially a card like a secret rare like Dante, especially getting it in first set as well, is probably a good idea. It's always going to be a relevant card in the archetype. It's always a fantastic card to get, and that's just how it is. So, you know, just pick it up, damn it. Just don't be stupid. Next one is Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This is the only one which I feel is going to hold its value the most. The other ones could float, you know, I'm saying it's all possible for fluctuating. I wouldn't take this video as complete truth because I don't know for sure what's going to happen in the future. Maybe a new TCG exclusive will come out in next challenges and change everything. But basically, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is actually going to be really good. It's actually the only thing in the set that's applicable with Qliphort. Nothing else in the set really will. And Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is is you need it in freeze. For any pendulum based deck, you need this in freeze. It's just the only real card that can search pendulums on a consistent basis next to Summoner's Art. It's just so strong. It's a 2500, and you're gonna recursion summon over and over again. You know, you just can't beat that. It's just so strong, and the fact that it searches, it's just got so much going for it. So Pendulum Dragon is a card that if you pull it, you keep it, and you get some more of them. And as soon as you got 3 of them, sit on it, wait until they go up to like 50 each, because they're not going to get reprinted for a while, and then you'll be able to sell them for make tons of money for, you know, for people collecting Cleafort, who's going to be, you know, making it rain just so that they can get your Pendulum Dragons off you. The next thing is going to be Satellanites. I've been discussing this with some people and some peeps, and basically what we've concluded is that Satellanites are not ready yet. When the Star Seraphs come out, OCG have already grasped it. Obviously, they've been throwing Star Seraphs into the Shadows, but Star Seraph still has a really good place in Satellanites. When the deck all finally comes together, it's got a really decent anti-meta-ish kind of style. You know, its Exceeds monsters are very powerful. But the main reason why I feel like Satellanites are worth picking up, especially Deneb, is because when Trivel comes out in the next challenges, you will see its potential. It's got so much going for it. You can, when it's Exceed summoned, you can return all other cards in the field to the hand, so it's incredibly powerful against like pendulums. I guess to some extent against any Exceeds based deck, anything like that. But it's more, you know, you detach one Exceeds material. I believe that it's not once a turn. You can attach an Exceeds material and then send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So basically, you detach 2 and then you send 2 monsters from their hand to the grave. And then when it's destroyed, you special summon a Tellarknight from your graveyard, which is obviously something you just sent. So it's got so much going for it, and it's in the next set. So you might as well pick up Tellarknights now. Save yourself the hassle later when Deneb and the rest of it, like Altair and all that stuff, goes up to stupid prices. So just pick it up now. Don't be stupid. I mean, what you got to lose? Just pick up all that shit, so it's broken. 2 more cards. We got Castel the Skyblaster Musketeer. It's basically a cheaper 101, and it's still got a lot going for it. It does a lot of things that 101 can't do, but it's still just a fantastic card. You know, it's generic rank 4, 2000 is nothing to scoff at. And if you can't bounce it, you can always flip it down and attack over that instead. So really, really good. Definitely pick it up if you pull it. You know, I would say sell it now, but I mean, I'd think like ideally pulling it and then like keeping it, maybe getting multiples if you can, and then hogging these, because it's a super rare. Obviously, there'll be plenty of them right now, but then as this time goes along, people will be wanting this because it is a staple, just like Abyss Dweller, a card that's been out for like 2 years already, and people still want Dwellers. So it's just one of those things, you know, you got to pick them up while they're cheap now and profit later. And the last thing is Timespace Trap Hole. This is an iffy one because I feel like it's a high risk, high reward. Obviously, if you do hit like 3 pendulum monsters, you lose 3,000 life, but you get to shuffle them back and set them back so many turns. You know, Space Time Trap Hole is searchable, but it can also set your opponent back so many turns to the point where they can't come back. So this card can be a win button in itself, but at the same time, I feel like its secret rare status will be contested in the future when it will get a reprint eventually. But as for now, the card can be incredibly expensive because if Hat stays relevant, this card will be the reason for why it's still relevant. Because there'll be people siding in Chalice, people siding in Breakthrough Skill, trying to kill Hat and making sure their Shadow, they can kill Shadows and so on. So Timespace Trap Hole is a really good way for Hat to keep in the running, basically, and other decks as well. They can splash Mamelio in and search this, and it will stop pendulum summons, simple as. You know, that's just how it is. So think about it. It's a really expensive card, and it's going to get more expensive, I'm sure. So hope you guys enjoyed watching. My voice is dying, and it's 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. So thanks for watching, guys, and comment down your opinions down below if you think there's something I might have missed. But I have to say, out of all the cards I've suggested, the one to pick up and get many copies of is Pendulum Dragon. I am saying that without a shadow of a doubt. It's gonna stay expensive, even though there's many rarities of it. Definitely pick up some if you can. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, the Thetcglover is out.